Kikyo?
And you. I knew you had more muscles than brains, but are you truly so foolish as to think that you could suggest
La violence de ses propos.
that Sholmes become an inspector and it wouldn't end with you battling me, idiot?
Battez Kikyo pour obtenir l'astérisque des ninjas.
Yes, I see both sides will not waver in their convictions and all that. Very well then. May the strongest woman win.
What? You want us
Conviction
to
de femme.
fight it out?
Tut tut tut. Zip those lips. All these stuffy arguments just drag and drag. Isn't this way quicker? And frankly, more fun.
I accept your challenge.
Einherja!
Battez Eneria pour obtenir l'astérisque des Valkyries. Une de mes classes préférées en plus. En fait, avec la démo, j'ai eu l'impression qu'elle a été beaucoup nerfée en fait cette classe.
Prepare yourself, idiot.
Pikalutation à toutes et à tous, c'est JR le génie. On se retrouve pour l'épisode 50 de Bravely Second and Layers sur Nintendo 3DS. Possiblement le dernier épisode sur les quêtes annexes de la récupération des jobs de Bravely Default.
Come on already. How long do you plan on following us, Peller?
Elle enchaîne toujours autant.
If you knew, you could have just said, so. That's smart, something terrible. Oh, me.
Well, what about you? You seem to remember us too, so why the stalker act?
Sérieux, il se souvient?
I considered abandoning this tack, but quietly following you all seemed more considerate to me.
I can't tell if you're mocking me or just plain missing something upstairs. All right. So you're wondering what to do about your grandfather's previously undiscovered song, The Grand Ship. It's a song about those who live on the sea. A song about men's hearts and dreams, just like your grandfather wrote about in his last note. But the diva of the battlefield, Praline a la mode, also has her eyes set on the song. She came to ask you if she could make a new arrangement of it for her own repertoire. And Barbarossa, taking that as an affront to your grandfather and all true sailors, came to you to protest.
Tellement pratique le fait qu'elle résume tout ça.
Yes, precisely. However, there's just one more thing.
Ah, une précision.
Huh? What did I miss?
Neither seems to remember that we've been through all this before.
Seriously? Come on, you can tell us more at your studio. In the end, it doesn't matter whether or not those two remember.
Right. It's still just a question of whether you want to give Praline the go-ahead or not.
Don't I know it?
Hold it. Didn't you promise to knock off that whole singing while you talk thing?
I did. You'll have to forgive me.
Le visage d'elle est excellent.
Right. The issue at hand is the same. I must decide whether or not to approve Miss Alamode's arrangement. Whether they remember prior events or not should not matter. And yet...
You've seen what kind of opposition you'll face from the losing side.
That I have.
And you're not sure you have the guts to face them again, huh?
That I do not. Not one bit.
That sounds like a problem. You wanted to go off somewhere to work on your music, right? The Witherwood, was it?
That it was.
Well, you can cancel that trip. Now then, I think there should still be one left over from that festival. Here.
A microphone and speakers? What's all that doing down here?
That red creep had all kinds of hobbies. You wouldn't want to guess what he did to entertain himself down here.
And what are you going to use it for?
I'm going to use this microphone to deliver my advice to Mr. Rockefeller here. And when I do, I'm pretty sure someone is going to overhear it and show up in a rage.
Attends, sérieux? On va pouvoir éviter le donjon?
Mission with your manly strength, Idia.
Ah mais non.
Hey, what do you mean manly?
Praline is here in Florum, so she'll hear it for sure. But isn't Barbarossa off at sea somewhere?
Like he hasn't sent one or two of his mates here to see what Peller decides. Now, let's just get this straight. You're sure you want me to decide for you?
Most definitely. You know these two better than I do, Miss Idia. I gladly leave this mess in your hands. I know that Praline has a veritable army of fans around the world. It would be an honor to see my grandfather's work reach all of them. But I'm also most grateful for Barbarossa and the respect he has shown for my grandfather's last wishes. Given two compelling cases, it's too difficult for me to choose just one. Miss Idia, you're my only hope.
All right then, you asked for me. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, je peux déjà choisir. Praline mérite les droits de cette chanson. Je crois que c'est ça que je dois faire pour affronter le pirate. Ouais, on va prendre ce choix-là. Comme ça, on va pouvoir affronter Barbarossa et récupérer sa classe.
Your grandfather's last song should be remixed and performed by Praline a la mode.
Ah, cette provocation.
If you say so. Now, how much longer do I need to wait here? I have songs to compose.
Barbarossa's lackeys in town are probably trying to contact him as we speak. Even if he steers the funky Francisca here as quick as he can, it would take at least 5 days? A couple of weeks, maybe?
5 jours?
Huh?
Mais non.
This song? But how?
Mais qu'est-ce qu'il fout là?
Ye scurvy fools! What's this bilge water you're spouting? I just happened to have run my ship aground and just happened to send one of me boys into the city. Where he just happened to overhear your little announcement and report it back to me. You expect me to take this lying down?
Yes, what a coincidence. Look, I already know what you want to say.
What, you do? Well, what kind of foul sorcery is this?
You think that Archipelago's last song should be passed along to a real man of the sea, to be sung out upon the waves, like the bard wanted. And there's no way that annoying little slip of a diva should get her grubby, girly fingers on it.
Comment elle a résumé ça?
Aye, it is! So you're savvy after all!
But that doesn't change anything. I'm still going to let Praline use the song for her own arrangement. Look, I know how important that song is. And I get that it was meant to capture the glory of the brave men who live at sea. Dedicated to all who understand the mysteries of the sea and the hearts of the men who sail it. That was Archipelago's message. But I remember something else the great bard once said.
That's right. The most important thing is to have fun.
After Archipelago had taught all of his secrets to his pupils, that was the idea that he cherished most in his final years. The one thing he really wanted was for his music to bring people together, so they could just enjoy themselves. Praline used to use her music for evil, but she's learned her lesson. She's ready to live true to that ideal now.
She is?
Même Tease, il est pas convaincu.
Look, I'm not averse to having a little fun. Just ask me mates here. But I'll never accept the ridiculous lyrics she put to that glorious sea shanty. They're an insult to every captain, living and dead. I can forgive some things, but this is a plank too far.
Ah voilà, battez Barbarossa. Donc, vous voulez vous battre, c'est parti.
So, our parley was for nothing, eh? Me mateys and I will show you just how wrong you are. Let's teach this little girl and her scurvy friends what a man's dreams are worth. Come on, boys! I ran away from home at 15 and took to the seas with a stolen galley. I braved waves great and small to reach the sea of corsairs. Hefting my axe on my shoulder, I battled my way to the top. Until I, hay-ridden Barbarossa, was named Vice Captain of the Eternian Black Fleet. I'm the only one here who can sing that song with the heart and spirit of one who's lived it.
On en apprend encore davantage sur le personnage, même dans le volet suivant quoi. Bon, on va commencer à le scanner et balancer la nuit sacrée. Waouh, sérieux? Ok, il m'a déjà couché You quoi. Faut que je me débarrasse des zombies. Je vais passer en offensive directe dès le début je pense. On va mettre 2 tirs ici. Et un dernier tir sur le dernier zombie. Ouais, on va faire ça. J'en profite, je vais ranimer You tout de suite. Non, je vais plutôt me défendre. Oh, trop cool. Je m'attendais pas à ça, mais tant mieux. Donc on va déjà ranimer You. Et juste derrière on va balancer la bénédiction en brume. Et on continue à se défendre avec les teases. Bon, on était parti sur la loupe avant de se faire interrompre. Et tease, je vais le mettre en orange, tiens. Oula, qu'est-ce que je fais? C'est pas la bonne attaque. Bon, un tour du default. On va continuer à se défendre. Et on va l'agresser tout de suite avec les aérolites. Tiens, je vais tester avec la foudre pour voir si ça lui fait aussi mal que ça. Je vais protéger You, je vais commencer à lui balancer sa nuit sacrée. Et on va remettre la bénédiction. Changement d'élément pour aider A vu qu'il a l'air de craindre la foudre. Et petite attaque avec tease. Ouais, non, c'est pas ouf en fait. Autant rester sur l'aérolite. Oh, il les rappelle déjà. Ouais, ça c'est pas top. Aérolite en pluie. Et j'avais prévu de faire des grosses attaques sur Barbarossa plutôt. Et là, je vais me défendre avec tease. Ah, c'est trop mal passé quoi. Au moins Idéal s'occupe un petit peu avec les polyvalences, mais ça fait pas du tout le taf. Bon, Manuela, elle a pas besoin de faire grand chose là, du coup. J'ai ma brume Manu sacrée, du coup je vais me défendre avec Manuela. Et avec EDA, on va balancer 4 attaques sur Barbarossa, on va compter sur les polyvalences derrière. Et là, je crois qu'il y a moyen de me débarrasser des deux autres, avec Tease. Ah, c'est cool. Du coup, EDA peut se concentrer sur Barbarossa. Et on va retester l'aérolite que sur Barbarossa. Bon, je prévois quand même la brume de son avec Manuela. Et avec Tease, on va en profiter pour balancer l'annulation PB. Histoire de récupérer tout de suite EDA sur le prochain tour. Oh, cool la protection. Mais non, je l'ai déjà terminé. Il a tellement plus de souffle. Vous avez obtenu l'astérisque des pirates. Affecte les attributs ennemis à l'aide d'attaques très puissantes. Meilleure attaque du jeu, préfère les haches. Spécialité, adrénaline, technique classe, piraterie. Ah, je me souviens de la prise carapace pour baisser un petit peu la défense, tout ça.
No, so a man's dreams have come to this.
Well, if it isn't
Mais elle est déjà là?
crusty old Captain Barbarossa. Whatever would you be doing in a place like this?
Like you don't know. He came barreling in to protest your arrangement of that song, of course.
I know! I pretty much heard all of it from that mic of yours. I cut my rehearsal short just to come here, you know. You see, like, it seems there's been a big ol' misunderstanding.
Ah ouais?
A misunderstanding?
Oh, an insult to all captains living and dead. Why, have you even listened to my song?
Why, of course I mean, why should I have to? Heard one, heard them all, or all kind of...
Attends, sérieux, il a rien écouté?
Wait a minute. You threw this huge fuss and you haven't even heard her song?
Mais non.
Oh, Captain, my Captain, won't you listen to my song? I'll sing it just for you. We're holding rehearsal anyway.
Unhand me, wench! Well, I'll be! To think that salty old sea shanty could be transformed into this frothy thing! Why, me muscles just seem to be moving on their own!
Mais non!
What did I say, Captain?
I'm having a time of my life! Oh, and I never felt this way before!
Je verrai même plus Barbarossa de la même manière. Et il kiffe et il se dandine.
I knew Barbarossa would put up a fight, but to think he hadn't even listened to
C'est tellement
Pretty's
neuf.
song.
Why, he's a dancing machine. Look at him go.
I know we should have honored our capella's wishes, but we were lucky enough to know that the bard had changed in his last years. Your hearts are as one. The most important thing is to have fun. The grand ship may have been written for true men of the sea like Barbarossa, but thanks to Praline's remix, now it's a song that everyone can enjoy. Why, I just might have made the right call.
I too have no regrets. Looks like
C'est énorme
everyone's
quand
getting
même.
into it.
Qui aurait imaginé Barbarossa se dandiner comme ça? fait tellement pas sérieux. Ah, ils sont toujours là en plus. Si je peux les voir, ça donne quoi? C'est agréable quand même, c'est marrant. On voit qu'il y a une petite mise en scène pour ça aussi. Bon, du coup on va enchaîner avec la prochaine quête alors. Kuroshipu. Ok, c'est ça donc le coffre. Un coffre bleu de plus.
Who ordered this meeting anyway? And why all the way down here? I hear that some hotshot new counselor has been proposing major tax cuts. A new counselor? But who? It was I! Hear ye, hear ye! Councillor Kammer, Minister of Tax, has a new proposal that he would like all of you to hear. Minister Kammer, you have the floor.
Fellow council members,
Est-ce qu'il va refaire tout son speech?
as you are all aware,
Yeah, we're aware. No need to explain.
what?
Oh merci Eder.
Okay, so Grandship is unique because of its generous poor laws that help old folk and orphans.
Precisely!
At the same time, with no industry to speak of, the country is having a hard time paying for the handouts.
Indeed, you have listened well.
So you want to cut taxes in a really big way and stimulate the nation's economy.
Oh yes, that's it exactly.
At the same time, you'd abolish all the poor laws, effectively abandoning the people who rely on them. Meanwhile, Alternus here wants to preserve the current system and continue helping the weak. Unfortunately, that costs serious money, which is bound to run out, and sooner rather than later. That about sums it up, right?
I would quibble with some of the language, but you have the gist of it.
Yes, it is a fair summary of the situation.
She is the daughter of the Grand Marshal of Eternia? Surely she can help us. She can show us a way out of our predicament. Speak, girl. You have the floor.
All right. Here's what I think.
Alors il me semble que c'est réduire les impôts et ça me permettra d'affronter Alternis et de récupérer sa classe.
You have to reduce taxes, even if it means abolishing the poor laws.
India, not you too? Has this man poisoned your mind?
No, I'm thinking
Maintenant que j'y
clearly,
pense,
Alternus.
ça fait bizarre de voir Alternis sur le petit foulard des DA en fait. J'ai pas fait attention sur la première partie, mais je pense qu'il avait pas non plus en fait. Du coup depuis le temps il s'était re-soigné. C'est sympa comme petit détail à voir. Faudrait que j'aille vérifier pour voir si il avait aussi plus ce foulard.
What use will your poor laws be then?
You sorely disappoint me, India. You would so callously abandon those in need?
It's not like that.
Oh, but it is. If you are prepared to embrace this scoundrel and his inhumane policies, you leave me no choice. I warn you, India. Is this your final decision?
On n'a pas trop le choix hein, mon gars, battez Alternis pour obtenir l'astérisque des chevaliers noirs. C'est un peu ce que je veux faire. Oui, je soutiens Kammer.
Then the debate is over, India. My sword will speak for the orphans you would abandon. I am the Dark Knight.
Je kiffe tellement son intro quand il sautille.
You would forsake the common people.
Ah là là.
You will taste my
Il me manque tellement une gamelle. Bon, on va scanner tout ça alors du coup. Et ben on sélectionne comme d'habitude la nuit sacrée. Oula, ça se présente mal pour Manuela. Ok, You est déjà couché. Bon, qu'est-ce qu'on va faire? On va réanimer tout de suite You. Et balancer la bénédiction en brume. Il craignent la foudre, c'est bien ça. Et moins de défense magique pour Alternis. Ok, on va essayer de s'en débarrasser d'un au moins. Et avec Tease, je vais essayer de me débarrasser de l'autre. C'est bon, ça a été suffisant comme dégâts. J'ai eu un petit doute tout à l'heure. Pareil pour EDA. Ok, parfait. On va se défendre un petit peu. Ça attaque tout le monde, c'est violent. Nébuleuse sombre. C'est vraiment violent en plus. On va commencer à l'agresser tout de suite du coup. En fait, il me fait vachement peur parce que je sais qu'il va faire des très gros dégâts à partir du moment où il aura plus de PV. Et j'ai trop peur qu'il me one-shot l'équipe carrément. Donc on va mettre la brise défense avec ETA. Mais on va pas l'attaquer tout de suite. Et on va faire un petit enchaînement rapide avec Tease. Donc là CP commence à bien descendre. Les aérolithes ça passe tellement bien. On va continuer avec ça. Et là EDA peut attaquer directement. Mon Tease il va se défendre ce coup-ci. Ah c'est rare qu'il parle une deuxième fois. Il est sérieux comment il déclare ça? Ils sont trop mignons. Et t'as Eda en train de le maltraiter. Oh c'est elle qui lui a mis le last hit. Ah ça rend tellement bien. Ah je m'y attendais même pas. Il a essayé de faire sa proposition en plein combat quoi, c'est dingue. Vous avez obtenu l'astérisque des chevaliers noirs. Sacrifie ses PV pour déclencher de terribles attaques. Spécialisé en attaque, préfère épée, katana, casque. Spécialité, adversité. Technique classe, art de l'ombre. Ils sont tellement classe les chevaliers noirs.
Curse you!
Wonderful! Your father would be proud of you. Now it's time to put this nation back on its feet. Soon we will be able to rebuild our infrastructure, slowly but surely.
Huh.
For now, we must work to replenish our coffers, while helping the poor as much as possible, of course. Not everything is black or white. With compromise and moderation, perhaps we can have our cake and eat it too.
I trust you'll find a way.
Quelques temps plus tard.
The taxes on foodstuffs were cut to almost nothing. I can't tell you how much easier things are now.
Yeah, since the tax reform, business has been booming all over Grandship.
Oh, I'm starving.
Me too.
It's too bad about the poor laws, though. The orphans have had a rough time of it.
And what about Alternus?
He hasn't been around much, not since the engine room meeting. He's been running all over the place, trying to help the orphans.
I guess it's not easy to keep the coffers full and look after the poor at the same time.
Perhaps, and perhaps not.
Huh?
All right, everyone. Time for the Eat Your Fill buffet.
Sérieux, buffet à volonté carrément.
Eat your fill?
Yeah, with the tax cuts, the merchants are finally turning a profit again.
And they've been donating their extra profits to help feed the children. Aw, ain't that
Mais
sweet?
c'était tellement la bonne solution en fait.
Wow, that's really generous.
Beg your pardon? I heard there were some children here looking for work.
You bet there are. Right behind you.
Oh, don't you two look keen? If you apprentice with me, I'll pay for your schooling. What do you say?
You got it, mister. We'll work hard and study hard.
Ah mais c'est
too.
tellement cool. Bon, c'est pas trop cool de faire travailler les enfants, hein, bien sûr, mais au moins la tournure de la chose est plutôt bonne.
Grandship should be proud of itself.
I think so too.
It was all thanks to you, Idia.
Oh, I didn't really do anything. I just said what was on my mind.
Idia, my dear, the food won't last forever, you know. Aren't you going to dig in?
C'est tellement pas le truc à répéter à Idea.
You don't have to ask twice.
Ah mais comme je disais. Ok, c'est parfait. Du coup, il me semble que je viens de finir la deuxième quête annexe pour cet épisode et en même temps la dernière quête annexe. On va vérifier ça. Et voilà, on va se faire un petit kiff. Cette map est vide de quêtes annexes. On a traversé 4 épisodes pour pouvoir faire toutes les quêtes annexes. C'est fini. On peut enfin reprendre la suite de l'aventure. Donc c'est ce que je vais vous proposer pour le prochain épisode. C'est de reprendre enfin la suite du scénario. Donc apparemment ça va se passer dans la région d'Arena. Il me semble que c'est vers ici, si je me trompe pas. Donc ce que je vais faire, c'est je vais arrêter là. En off, je vais un petit peu en profiter pour entraîner les classes que j'ai nouvellement acquises. Je vous invite à liker, commenter et partager la vidéo si elle vous a plu. On va reprendre la suite du scénario dans le prochain épisode. Sur ce, je vous fais plein de Pikalutation, on se retrouve très vite pour un prochain épisode. D'ici là, portez-vous bien.